what's up everybody? Welcome to Car Question. We are going back in time this week. And boy, I just fall in love right now with that car. This is such an iconic vehicle. It's a Porsche Carrera, but not anyone, James. What model exactly it is?
It's a Super Carrera. It's a 930, the most beautiful Porsche ever designed.
Ooh, that's a bold statement. If you think James is right, feel free to tell in the comments down there below. But if you'd prefer a different model of Porsche, also, well, tell us. We're gonna see who's right. But otherwise, look at this car. But what exactly does Carrera means?
It means race in Spanish, and it's from the success of Porsche in the 1950s on the Carrera Panamericana, a race of more than 3,300 kilometers.
Wow. And also Porsche did use a special vehicle, which was a little bit different though. It was a 550 Spider, which is also really an iconic vehicle. But James, from what year to what year is this car?
The Carrera and Super Carrera trims are from 1978 to 1983.
And you've got different model customization, whatever you wanted, Porsche has it. And also it's still important up to this day to make yours look really unique. But look at that exterior design, those headlights, that front bumper, that styling, which means real business. How about the color, that red, which is really unique for such an old vehicle? This is one badass car.
Yes, red, the color of love, and look how mean it is. It's wide, it's aggressive, but also it's stylish, it's classy, it's just perfect.
First of all, is that wide body a modification or it's factory standard?
Some people are doing modification to have the wide body, but this one has the factory turbo look. So it's not a turbo, but in factory they made it look like a turbo.
So you've got also those wheels. Those are not the original wheels though, but as you can see, the owner made some cool customization and they're using rough wheel. That's no cheap wheel, man.
No, it's like 6,000 US.
Ooh, and it's really got that DNA of Porsche. And when you look at the rear, this is a huge spoiler, and you can see how wide is the car as soon as you're following it. This car is a real head turner. Once you get inside, let's talk about it. It's still looking like those new Porsche, with the design, with the display, the driving position, the feeling, the steering wheel. And you can also see that you're looking clearly at the RPM to make sure that every shift is going to be right there on target as soon as you're going to be accelerating.
And here again, there's still modification inside, like the cluster, it's white, it's supposed to be black, the seats, the Momo steering, the Momo shifter, but it fits so well inside. There's no AC though, no electric windows, but still, it's just a perfect car.
Also, if you're going to take place there in the rear, if you want to sit there, I'm sorry, it's not going to work. You're going to be a little bit cramped also for two passenger, but guess what? As soon as you're driving the car, you don't care.
But the steering isn't moving, so you just have to pull your seat back, Matt. And when you're tall like you and me, you have the shifter in your knees and the steering, so you have to adjust, and it's a bit of a labor,
Yeah, a little bit of labor, but you know what? The experience is all worth it. We don't care. Let's talk about the engine. Flat, 6-cylinder, 3.0 liter. This is an engine with a real unique sound, but it's not a lot of horsepower, James.
No. 1978, 1979, 180 horsepower, 188 for the 1980, and 1981 to 1983, it's 204 horsepower.
The big mark has been passed. It's all mated to a manual 5-speed transmission, and those engines are cooled by air. When you look at them, it's really unique, I'm telling you. It's kind of crazy that this old technology is still running today, that you turn the key and that engine is ready to go strong though.
Yes, it's so impressive. And do you know how fast it was going 0 to 100 now?
No, tell me, back in the days.
Approximately like 6.5 seconds.
Which was not really fast when you compare it to a regular performance car today. But guess what? back in the days, it was one of the fastest cars you could get. Once you're sitting behind the wheel though, this feels like old school. You know, you don't even have power steering. That manual transmission, well, you got to play with the gears that are non-synchronized. You know, as soon as you're gonna shift, you got to make sure that you're gonna get it in the perfect position. It's not a real big, fast race car, but it's got that perfect balance with the weight and with the engine power. And how about the sound that it makes once you're gonna be accelerating? Jeez, how come they don't do like that cool sound of the past till today?
Yes, but it's not a stock exhaust.
Oh, there you go. That's why.
But still, it sounds amazing.
Also, since you have no power steering, you got to get used to it, but still the car is going to feel pretty precise. Even if this one is not real harsh, that suspension is not real hard, you can send the car into curve and still got fun with it. It got the Porsche heritage, that famous racing DNA that you get as soon as you sit behind the wheel of one. And through all that time, to still be able to feel that, it's just impressive.
And did you know how much could cost a Porsche like this back in the days, Matt?
Probably a lot of money for what the people simply earn in a year.
Yes, it was 35,000 US or so with the customization. It's maybe more, something like that. And today, how much do you think it is worth?
I'm not sure, but judging by the look of people looking at this car, how the other owners of more recent Porsche are turning around like crow and just wanting to buy it, I think this is worth a lot.
You can see some similar Porsche like this one, pricing like $100,000.
Wow, it's gonna also depend on a lot of things. The mileage, the shape of the car, is it bent, is it dent, any mechanical repairs to do. Also, sometimes over time, people tend to let go because this car costs a lot of maintenance to keep them alive. So over the time, people will not spend a lot of money on those, but for those who did, these are a real good investment car. You can
Priceless.
you can make a lot of money from that. Anything to be careful though, talking about maintenance over time, to make sure that if you want one, if you buy one, or if you got a barn find and you want this car, what you need to look for?
You need to look at the rust, because when you look at a Targa, you could remove the top and the water was getting in. So there was a lot of rust for those years of vehicle. Also, the engine is pretty durable, but if it's maintained perfectly, other than that, you'll have to spend a lot of money.
You got to be careful also with those engines because they're prone to oil leaks, and also there's transmission. Be careful with them because over time, and if you put more power in the car, they're kind of fragile. So be careful once you go from 1 to 2nd and non-synchro, a real hit with the pass though. And be careful once you're gonna change gear, and if you lend the car to somebody, warn them before they start driving. So James, are you happy to touch a piece of history?
I'm not just happy, Matt, I'm in love with that vehicle.
There you go.
I want one.
Yeah, bring out your wallet now.
I don't have any wallet. I want one.
It's empty. From the last time I've checked in it, it's completely empty. So feel free to comment in the section down there below how you like the car. Thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you another time on another video of Car Question.